The Missouri River is the longest river in the United States, flowing over 2,300 miles from its headwaters in the Rocky Mountains at Three Forks, Montana, to its confluence with the Mississippi River at St. Louis, Missouri. Flowing right through the Heartland, the Missouri River is a vital resource to the region and the nation. This season, we will hear stories of how the Missouri River was tamed into the river it is today and the future that lies within its muddy waters.
The Missouri River has always been a challenging system. It's a very large system.
Just in general, I think the Missouri River, it demands respect.
Welcome to the Corps Chronicles, where we bring you the stories of the Heartland.
Travis Rayfield. I'm the district commander and district engineer for the Kansas City District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Dane Morris, program manager for navigation restoration on the Missouri River.
My name is Heather Shaughnessy, and I'm in the river engineering section with the Kansas City District.
So I went by Jerry Adams, but my real name was Gerald Adams. It was 1968, February of 68. I hired on with the Corps of Engineers as a drafts. June of 75, I decided to come back, and the only position they had open was the National Bicentennial Director, and that job was given to the Kansas City District because of the Sergeant Floyd.
In this episode, we will discuss current operations on the Missouri River and the future that lies beneath its muddy waters. Current operations on the Missouri River haven't changed much since the bank stabilization and navigation project began over 100 years ago. While technology and methods have changed over time, the use of dikes and revetments has allowed the river to remain self-scouring, maintaining a navigable channel.
What we know today, right now, using rock structures is still the most cost-effective solutions to keep the Missouri as a self-scouring system.
Reservoirs located in the upper basin of the Missouri River are integral in supporting navigation in the lower basin. The Kansas City District continues to maintain the lower portion of the channel, ensuring it remains navigable.
Operations on the Missouri River primarily consist of flow releases from those reservoirs to support navigation. We are primarily monitoring the channel for any sort of changes or issues that could occur, inspecting the structures for their structural integrity and if they're up to our engineering criteria. And if they're not, then going and repairing those structures, maintaining them, modifying them if need be, and replacing them.
We're still trying to tweak the structures to maintain that 9-foot by 300-foot depth. It's a river that desires to stay wild, so you always have to give it little suggestions on trying to gain as much benefit as you can from the river.
Flowing right through the heartland of the United States, the Missouri River is invaluable to our nation's economy, and maintaining a navigation channel is crucial to the nation's security. The first people to work on stabilizing the river likely could have never imagined the role the Missouri River would play in today's global environment.
So, it's a huge area of the United States that is the breadbasket, of our country and of the world, frankly. It's huge for commerce. It's huge for national security to be able to access these areas for our economic security. A lot of people depend on this waterway to get their goods and services and to live along.
500 river miles that our district covers, and most of those structures are still intact. If they weren't, we wouldn't have the channel. They've done some amazing things. The engineers before us were pretty ingenious and persistent, I'd say, with the tools they had, and we're still benefiting from it.
Even through historic flood events and historic drought conditions, the Missouri River remains a constant, reliable presence in the region. Its waters might be muddy, but it's clear that the river will continue to be an important asset to the heartland and the nation for many years to come.
I'm hopeful that when we maintain the navigable channel, that many ports along the river can continue to move commodities up and down the river in what I believe to be an environmentally sound means of transportation.
Climate's changing it, the river's changing. And that is part of our challenge, is looking into the future and understanding what is the state of the river going to be in 50 years? What do we want it to be? And how can we best make that happen?
Just in general, I think the Missouri River, it demands respect. We can become familiar with its habit. We can work within its unique natures. We can try to understand those to meet our needs. But the uncertainty in my mind is certain when you're working on the Missouri. So at any point, if we forget that, nature will remind us pretty soon. Ultimately, the river is in charge.
Thank you for tuning in to Season 2 of the Corps Chronicles. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we look forward to bringing you more stories from the Heartland. This has been Corps Chronicles, Stories from the Heartland.